welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am going to be guiding you through a soft and gentle morning yoga practice to ease you into your day. Please make sure you are listening to your body and that you're moving in a way that feels good for you. If you have blocks, if you have a bolster, if you have a strap, please feel free to use them during your practice for a little bit of extra support. We are going to go ahead and find a comfortable seated position to get started. In the middle of our mat, we're grounding our sitting bones down, and the top of our head is pulling up towards the sky. Feel free to close down your eyes. Let the shoulders soften down your back. And take a moment here to relax the muscles in your face. Unclenching your jaw. Softening the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relaxed forehead, that space between your eyebrows relaxed. Using our time here just to start to get comfortable in our space. To get comfortable on our mat. And to start to check in with our body and with our breath today. So starting to take a little scan through our body, working from the crown of the head all the way down to our toes. Section by section, start to check in with yourself. We're looking for any areas that might feel a little bit tight or tense or uncomfortable today. Can you find any areas that maybe need a bit of an extra stretch or a bit of extra movement? Just becoming familiar with the sensations of our body so that we can move through our practice knowing exactly what our body needs today. Deepening the breath. Nice long inhales and exhales through the nose if you can. Slowing down the heart rate. Calming the mind, calming the body. The final round of deep breath. Taking a slow exhale. And at the bottom of that exhale, we can blink our eyes open. Now let's take a deep breath in, pull hands to the sky. Reach nice and tall, and as you exhale, open your upper body to the right side of your mat. Right fingertips pull back, left fingertips pull forward. Inhale, bring your hands to the sky, and open to the left. Exhale, stretch fingertips away from each other. Breathe in, hands to the sky. Exhale, right hand to your right side as left arm reaches up and over. Take a nice deep breath in here. And stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise to center. And exhale, left hand down, right arm up and over. Let's stay for the breath in. And let's stay for the exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. We're going to repeat that one more time. So exhale, right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale to rise through center. And open up to the left, exhale. And inhale, hands to the sky. Side stretch to the right. Exhale, right arm up and over. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, rise to center. And then exhale, left hand down, reach the right arm up and over. Stay for that breath in. And stay for the exhale. Inhale, coming all the way back to center. Both hands to the sky now. We spread the fingers nice and wide. And as we exhale, we cactus the arms. So take a 90-degree bend. Press the chest forward as the elbows pull back. And then inhale, pull the hands to the sky. Let's take 2 more. Exhale. And inhale to lift. Last time, exhale, open through the chest, the shoulders. And inhale to lift. Now keeping the sitting bones grounded, hinge from your hips. Walk your hands out in front of you as we come into a seated fold. Starting to lengthen through the lower back. Maybe taking a gentle sway of the upper body. A little roll of the shoulders or a slow turn of the head. Remember, we can always add in these little movements if they feel good for the body. Staying for the breath in and staying for the exhale. Inhale as we either drag or step the hands all the way back up to our seat, bringing the hands onto the knees. And then all we're going to do is start to take the ribs around in nice big circles, making sure our spine is nice and warmed up this morning. Going round to the right. Feel free to bring that movement to the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then let's switch directions. Nice big circles with the ribs as we work through the spine now. Final circle. And then we're coming all the way back to our seat. Now all we're going to do here is bring the right hand across to the left ear. And then when you feel ready, start to let that right ear drop towards the right shoulder. Maybe we're extending our left arm out to our left side. Take a couple of breaths here, just starting to open through that left side of the neck. Staying for the breath in. And staying for the exhale. Inhale, lifting the head to center, releasing that right hand to our right side. Inhale, lift the left arm. Left hand finds the right ear, and on your exhale, guide the left ear towards the left shoulder and extend the right fingertips away from you. Open through the right side of the neck. Just a couple of breaths here. Staying for the breath in. Staying for the exhale. Inhale, lifting the head, releasing that left hand to the sky, right hand to the sky. Deep breath in. Exhale, land your palms down. Step your knees back. And let's find our tabletop position. So just making sure shoulders are stacked above the wrists and the hips are stacked above the knees. Taking a deep breath in, we lower the belly, we lift the tailbone and the chest. Exhale, we round the spine. We drop the head and we really press the mat away from us, cat-cow. 2 more. Take a deep breath in, cow pose. And then exhale, round back to cat. Press the ground away from you. Final time now, deep breath in, lifted chest, lifted tailbone. And then exhale to round. Finding a neutral spine on the breath in. Puppy pose on the exhale, so keep that stack of hips above knees and start to gently walk your hands towards the top of the mat. We can bring our forehead or our chin onto the ground, maybe onto a block, just letting our heart melt towards the mat beneath us. Relaxing the feet, the lower legs. Feel that opening through your chest and your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in. And let's stay for the exhale. Inhale as we start to lift the head, activate the arms. Exhale, start to walk the hands all the way back in under our shoulders, return to that tabletop position. Now with your next breath in, your right hand stretches up to the sky and we look towards that hand. Exhale, we thread the needle, so the right arm slides underneath the left. We lower the right side of the head to the ground. Now option to take a bind, sweeping that left hand behind your back. We can wrap the fingers towards the right hip crease. Another option we have here is to extend our left leg out behind us, maybe with the toes on the ground, maybe with the leg lifted. Find what feels good for your body and take 3 rounds of nice deep breath. Staying for the inhale. Exhale, release the left hand, lower the leg. Breathe in, find that twist. Right hand reaches all the way up to the sky, gaze to that hand. And exhale, land right hand down to tabletop. We're going to reverse that, so breathe in, left hand to the sky. Gaze to that top hand. Thread the needle as you exhale, slide the left arm underneath the right, same options as before. Option to take that bind, option to extend right leg out behind you. Wherever you are, soften and take 3 deep breaths. Staying for the breath in. Exhale, release the right hand, lower the leg. Inhale, twist, left hand reaches all the way back to the sky. And exhale, return to tabletop. Now here, we want to spread the fingers as wide as we can and our index finger points to the top of the mat. With your feet hip distance apart, tuck your toes, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lifting up to our downward facing dog, the first downward facing dog of our practice, of our day, so enjoy this stretch. Tailbone lifted towards the sky, really pressing the ground away from you. Feel free to pedal out the feet, to take a little twist of the lower body, maybe spinal rolls are in your practice. Let's spend a little bit of time breathing here, in stillness or with that movement, whatever works for you. Staying for a breath in. And then let's stay for that exhale. With your next breath in, take a gentle bend to your knees. And all we're going to do now is start to walk the hands back towards our feet. So on the exhale, walking back. Take a soft bend to the knees, reach for opposite elbows. Let your neck, your head, your shoulders relax and find your ragdoll pose. Maybe a little sway of the upper body feels nice. Maybe a little nod of the head. a shake of the head, a roll of the shoulders. Allow your spine to decompress. Staying for the breath in and staying for the exhale. One more time, deep breath in. And then as you exhale, start to release your fingertips towards the ground. If you have blocks, we can bring the blocks underneath our hands. What we're going to do is start to pedal out the feet. So bending one knee, straightening the other, working into the backs of the legs. And then bending that left knee. Ground the left hand down, take a deep breath in, stretch that right hand to the sky, spine is long, head turned towards that top hand, stay for the exhale. Take another deep breath in, reach a little higher. Exhale, float the right hand down as you bend the right knee. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Turn your head towards that hand, stay for the exhale, length through the spine, deep breath in. Exhale, sweep that hand all the way down to the ground, soft bend in both knees. Inhale to a flat back, palms to shins, hips pull back, top of the head forward. Exhale, soften into your forward fold. Two more, deep breath in, flat back. And exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, length through the spine. And exhale, fold. Take a bend to your knees, look forward, inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of your mat, downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet if that feels nice. Take a nice deep breath in. And stay for the exhale. One more time, breathe in. Exhale, gently land your knees down on the mat. And then separate the knees. Bring your big toes together to touch. And on an exhale, melt back to your child's pose. Maybe bringing a bolster, a block underneath your head for a little bit of extra support. Reaching hips back towards heels. We can find a gentle sway. We can massage our forehead onto our yoga mat. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, crawl your hands to the left side of the mat, maybe stacking right hand on top of the left. Gentle side body stretch. Staying for the breath in. Exhale, walk through center. Take your hands to the right side. Maybe your left hand stacks on top of your right. Let's breathe here. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, start to walk all the way back to center. Hold for the inhale. Soften on the exhale. And then as you breathe in, we're going to start to walk the hands back as we lift the chest. We're rising up to a seat on our heels. We're only passing through because we're going to be sending the hips to one side and then spinning the legs out in front of us, just shuffling towards the top of our mat. Maybe bringing a block underneath the knees for a little bit more support. Take a deep breath in, pull your hands to the sky, leg through the lower back. And then as you exhale, spill into your forward fold. No judgment, no pushing, no forcing. Remember, this is a yoga practice. So meet yourself where you are in this fold. Maybe hands are resting on your shins. Maybe we're touching our toes. Maybe our hands are down either side of our legs. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect. Again, we can sway here. We can bring movement to the head, we can roll the shoulders. We'll just take a few rounds of breath. Staying for the breath in and staying for the exhale. And then inhale, start to roll the spine all the way up to your seated position. We're going to bend at the knees and we're going to lower all the way down to our back. Now, feet hip distance apart. Arms are pressing down either side of our hips, palms firming into the ground. And then with a nice deep breath in, start to squeeze your glutes. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. Tailbone scooped under for low bridge. Exhale, slowly roll your spine all the way down to the mat. Let's take two more. Inhale, press your hips to the sky. And exhale to gently lower. Final round now, really pressing the feet, the palms down. Breathe in, squeezing the glutes. Hips lift towards the sky. Let's stay for the exhale. Taking another deep breath in. And then exhale, gently roll your spine all the way down to the mat. Hug both knees into your chest. Maybe taking a little rock from side to side. Staying for the breath in. And then exhale, let your knees fall to the right side of your mat. Extend your left arm to your left side. Head turned towards that left hand. We can use blocks underneath the legs. We can bring the right hand to rest on the knees just to anchor them down. Let's take a few rounds of breath here. Just softening that little bit deeper into this twist with every exhale we take. Staying for the breath in and staying for the exhale. Inhale, bringing our knees through center once again. And then as we exhale, we're going to let them fall to the left side of the mat again. We can use blocks underneath. We can have the left hand resting on the legs to anchor them. Right arm extends and we turn our head towards the right hand. Soften your shoulders into the mat beneath you. And let's spend a little bit of time breathing here. Staying for the breath in and staying for the exhale. And then as you inhale, come to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe take a gentle rock to massage your lower back on the mat. And then when you feel ready, let's release to our Shavasana. Lay your legs long. Maybe bringing a bolster to the backs of the knees. Arms by our side. Closing down our eyes. Find a comfortable position, allowing your body to rest. Settling into stillness, and I will let you know when it's time for us to reawaken our body. Let's start to deepen our breath. Invite some gentle movement to your fingers, to your toes. Give them a little wriggle. Maybe taking a nice big stretch before gently rolling on to your preferred side, finding your fetal position. And when you're ready, we can open our eyes here. And we can slowly begin to press ourselves all the way up to a nice comfortable seat once again. And then this is where we are going to close down our practice this morning. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a really beautiful day.